Welcome back to Humans in 5. So far in this series, we've talked about a number of different parts of the human body and the evolutionary context in which the human body has changed.
However, on today's episode, we're going to look at something that is sometimes underrepresented and other times misrepresented. That something is none other than the female orgasm.
It may seem an odd candidate for evolutionary studies, but researchers in many different fields have wondered about the purpose of the female orgasm.
Before we get started, a quick review of human reproduction. The key event is fertilization, where a male sperm enters a female egg. From an evolutionary standpoint, the male orgasm helps move the sperm towards the egg to make fertilization happen. So if that's why males orgasm, why do females?
The female orgasm does not seem to have any obvious purpose when it comes to natural selection.
On top of that, hundreds of years of social, political, and economic events surrounding gender equality affected the way that both researchers and the general public think about female orgasms. So today, we're going to take you on a guided tour of the research on why female orgasms exist.
There are three major evolutionary theories regarding female orgasms: maximizing fertilization, beneficial mate selection, and orgasms as an evolutionary byproduct. In terms of maximizing fertilization, Fox and colleagues first proposed the uterine upsuck theory in the 1970s. They suggested that the muscular contractions of the uterus during orgasm made the cervix suck up sperm from the vaginal canal. This process was thought to increase the likelihood of fertilization.
Other researchers suggested that female orgasms might be a good yardstick for mate selection and identifying high-quality mates. That is, orgasm would have helped to cement pair bonds. Other studies have suggested that female orgasms are an evolutionary byproduct formed by other evolutionary features. For example, female orgasms might simply be a result of uniquely human sexual biology and behavior.
Female orgasms are an inconsistent experience. For example, in 2010, 36% of women reported that they did not have an orgasm when surveyed on their most recent sexual experience. It could be that orgasms are not an adaptive trait.
As always, none of these studies occur in a cultural vacuum. The study of female orgasms has a complex history that demonstrates sexist attitudes. Early research was exclusively conducted by men, and reproduction was only considered from their perspective.
The evolutionary purpose of the female orgasm still remains unclear. Men and women are talking more about female orgasms now than they ever did in the past. But even with advances in medical methods, studies examining female orgasms are still in the minority compared to studies examining male orgasms and sexual behavior. This is an example of how the social and cultural influences on how research is carried out, and indeed, if research is carried out.
As the pioneer sexual behavioral researcher Alfred Kinsey once said, "Not all things are black, nor all things white."
But, according to the wise words of the band Sloan, if it feels good, do it!
That's it from us this week. See you next time on Humans in 5.